Hey everybody, it's Eric, Hades Horrorman here, and I know it's been a while since I've done a movie review, but today I figured I'd do two movie reviews in one video. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because today marks the 1 year anniversary since Final Girl Laura Park Lincoln ended up passing away last year. So today marks the 1 year anniversary since she passed, and I'm lucky that I got a chance to meet her at the ScareCon event in 2018. I ended up going to, got my picture taken with her, and when I told her that I was a cancer survivor, she said that she was too, and she told me what kind of a cancer that she had at it, whatever stage that she was going through. I was just surprised when she mentioned it to me. I was hoping that I would be able to see her at a convention again somewhere down the road in the future and bring in a couple items out of my collection for her to sign, but as you can tell, she's no longer here. And when I heard the news on social media that she passed last year, I just couldn't believe it, because what is it? I felt like that even though she may not have known me that well, and I might not have known her that well, but it just felt like that I end up losing a friend, because we're both cancer survivors and all, so it just felt like that I end up losing a friend, and that one fellow cancer survivor to another, and it just sucks that she's no longer here. And like I said, I was hoping that I would be able to meet her again at a convention down the road, but at least I'm lucky enough that I actually got a chance to meet her and get my picture taken with her. But she's going to be not only missed and loved by her fans, her friends, her family, but she's also going to be missed and loved by the horror community as well. So that's why I figured I'd do this little 2-movie review as like a little double feature kind of thing, just to pay tribute in honor to Laura's memory. So the first one I'm going to be doing, if you're not familiar with this movie, then you must have been living under a rock, because everybody is familiar with the franchise and everyone knows she's mostly known for this movie. And the movie I'm talking about is Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. So this movie starts off where you got a young girl by the name of Tina. She experiences her parents fighting, and she sees that her father end up slapping her mom. So she takes off running, goes out into the boat, and it goes out into the middle of the lake in the boat while the father is trying to apologize to her, where she's like saying, I hate you, I wish you were dead, and she kind of starts using these powers, and it makes the dock shake, and and she accidentally ends up killing her father. But jump forward, that she's like now in her teens, and she's being driven by her mom up to Camp Crystal Lake where her father was killed, where her doctor is going to meet her to do some more work with her, trying to help cure her, trying to help her. But it turns out that her doctor doesn't really want to help her. He's just there to exploit her because is that she's got these special telekinetic powers where she can move certain objects. So once she's up there, and she's standing out there on the dock, apologizing to her dad, and she's hoping that she will be able to find a way to bring her dead father back. Well, it turns out that she ends up resurrecting Jason back to life from his watery grave, where he's still chained down at the bottom of the lake from where part 6 left off. But once he's broken the chain from his watery grave, he starts doing what he does best, going on a murderous rampage, killing teens that is not only on his territory, but also who's like smoking and having sex. So now Tina has to do like a final confrontation with Jason, and the way how she tries these certain things on Jason, like to put an end to him, like with the sticks wrapping around his legs, making him fall into a mud puddle, and then using the telephone wire to slither into the mud puddle to electrocute his ass. But she just tries different ways. The finale in this movie is just very, very good because it's just like so fun to watch this final confrontation between the heroine and the villain. Yeah, so Friday 13th Part 7, and it is kind of almost like Carrie versus Jason, because the main character having these telekinetic powers. But that's what they say that this movie is like. It's like Carrie versus Jason. But I definitely do recommend checking out Part 7 of Friday the 13th, because this is my second favorite one in the franchise. So I definitely recommend checking out Part 7 of Friday the 13th. But of course, if for the people that's watching and for the people that are horror fans and they are familiar with the franchise in this movie, then you know what I'm talking about. But for those who have not, then you need to watch the franchise and just see what your opinions are on the franchise. So Friday the 13th Part 7, New Blood, check it out. And in continuation to Part 7, Peter Anthony had a vision where he figured that he wants to know what happened at the end of Part 7, with Tina being taken away. So he figured that he creates this little fan film that's supposed to be a continuation to Part 7, The New Blood. And you can watch this movie for free on YouTube. And the movie I'm talking about is Roseblood. Even though I already done the review on Roseblood before, but I'm just going to do this review again as like a little double feature to pay tribute to Laura Park Lincoln. So, Roseblood, Tina is sent back to the mental hospital, and the movie picks up 30 years later after where Part 7 left off. And Tina's at the mental hospital, and she just looks completely different. Like, she's not wearing no makeup, she didn't fix her hair or anything. It's just like that she doesn't even care anymore of like what her life is going to turn out, or she doesn't care if she ever gets out of the mental hospital. So, they end up bringing in this little girl with the red streak in her hair by the name of Rose, and it turns out that Rose is extremely dangerous and very powerful. And it turns out that she's even more dangerous and more powerful than Tina. So the government wants to do like a experiment, a manifest experiment of combining Tina and Rose's powers. And they also want Tina to bring Jason back, and Tina doesn't want nothing to do with it. She doesn't want to bring Jason back because Jason ended up killing her mom and her friends. And so, once Jason returns, now it turns out that Rose and Tina have to work together and combine their powers together to stop Jason's bloody rampage. And when I first saw this movie, I thought this movie was very fun to watch, and I definitely end up liking this one a lot. This is definitely my number one favorite Friday the 13th fan film of all time, followed by Vengeance 2, and The Fall of Camp Blood. And Peter Anthony, who directed this movie, also ends up playing a character by the name of General Brackbauer, who ends up being in charge of it with this manifest experiment in the first place, where he wants to combine Tina and Rose's powers together. So now Tina and Rose have to work together to combine their powers to put a stop to Jason, who's back from the grave and decides to continue his bloody rampage at the mental hospital. So my thoughts on this, again, this was my number one favorite Friday the 13th fan film of all time. And I thought the kills were pretty good, because the kills in part 7 were cut out because the MPA was rough on the Friday the 13th movies. And the kills that they had in part 7, and they would have been just phenomenal. Like one of the kills in part 7 is like where Terry Kaiser's character who plays the doctor ends up getting his stomach cut open by a weed eater with a circular saw blade at the end of the head, where he gets cut on the stomach and you see his guts and his intestines come flying out. So that would have been a good kill to see if they kept that in. Same thing like where the couple in the van, the guy goes outside looking for the birthday boy, and Jason got a hold of the guy and started to crush his head, hit it down to, and got down to like the size of a softball. So, or that would have been a good kill to see as well. But with the kills in this one, you actually do see some of the kills that you were not able to see in part 7. Like you do see the weed eater kill with a circular saw blade on it, so you do get to see that kill. And you also see like another kill in this movie, like where this guy went to hit Jason with a briefcase. Next, his hand and the skin on his hand gets completely ripped off and reveals nothing but a skeletal hand, and he's like screaming and all that. So that was actually pretty cool. So again, I thought it was actually pretty neat to see the characters from part 7 be in this fan film of Roseblood as the continuation to part 7. And I thought Peter Anthony just did an amazing job with this movie, and I think he definitely deserves all the credit for having this vision and for putting this movie together, him and the crew. So Roseblood, Friday the 13th fan film, definitely recommend checking out for those who hasn't seen it. So again, you can watch this movie for free on YouTube. Alright guys, so that's it for my little double feature movie review. It was my first time actually doing two movie review in one video as like a double feature. And again, I just figured I'd do it just to pay tribute and honor to Laura Park Lincoln, who, like I said, she will be missed and loved, not only by her fans, her friends, and her family, but the horror community as well. So, well, I just figured I'd do this little video just to in her memory. Alright guys, so that's it for my reviews. What do you guys think? Have you seen these movies before? If so, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, like and subscribe to your channel, and stay tuned for some more videos. Later.